Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be getting my Laurel Denise planner. This is what I used for content planning, all set up for the month of October. This is the undated vertical planner, and I have been using this since about April to do my content planning. So here is what my September setup looks like there. You can see all of the dashboard space. I will go back and finish up the last bit of like tracking that I need to do on the dashboard. That is the basic setup we're going with. We are mostly gonna keep this, but I'm gonna make a couple of little adjustments. One of which is gonna be to move this list into the dot grid area. I loved having it for this week, but I think the dot grid will help me line it up a little bit better. So that is gonna go here. Other than that, things are gonna be mostly the same. This is gonna be a really fun month content-wise, but I'm just feeling like I really would like to get this set up. I just did a huge digital file cleanup on both my phone and my computer to get everything organized, so I'm feeling really good about that. I do need to just finish it out, but in order to finish it out, I need to create this list. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get set up for October. I've already got some sticky notes in there, just marking things. I'm gonna use this fall washi from Simply Gilded. Love this, haven't had a chance to use this one yet, so really excited for that. I also have a bunch of different markers pulled out here. I think I'm gonna go with this more red-orange color, and then the yellow, the green, and maybe the brown, or I have the pink-red still over here too. I'll see what matches better with the washi. But yeah, we're gonna get all of this set up. We're gonna plan out my monthly calendar, all my dashboard spaces, and probably do a little bit of weekly planning for the first week in October as well. So if that sounds good, you can stay tuned. This is gonna be sped up with a voiceover, so I'm gonna throw it over to the voiceover now. So I started the way that I always do, using the stickers that Laurel Denise has to date this planner, and I will date the whole month, the monthly calendars, and all of the weekly spreads. Usually I don't mind doing this, but this month, for whatever reason, I was just like not feeling it. I really didn't want to do it, but I made myself do it. That way I don't have to keep doing it throughout the month, and it's all done. And next year I will be switching to a dated format of this planner, and I'm actually going to be using the horizontal next year instead of the vertical. I end up taking like a lot of notes during the week on the individual days. And that's kind of the main way that I've been using the weekly spread, just like jotting down a couple of random things and a lot of notes. So I thought that it would be more useful to have the horizontal. I don't fully maximize the way that I use the weekly spreads. I feel like the other parts of this planner, the monthly and the dashboard pages, I'm using a lot, and like the top and bottom sections of the weekly planner, but I definitely have a lot of blank space in like the individual days where the to-do list or the timeline would go. Just haven't really needed that space and haven't spent a lot of time thinking about the most optimal way to do that. I might play around with it a little bit more this month, but again, I am planning to switch to the horizontal in January, so I'm not too concerned about it. For me, the real draw of this planner is, again, being able to see everything all at once, the monthly calendar and the dashboard space, and then the weekly parts, even when it's just my random notes and things like that. Being able to see everything all at once is really great. And now that I've moved my content list, like all of the list of all of the short form videos that I'm working on, over to the space in the dashboard that I can see, that's been like such a game changer, because then I'm not like flipping any pages while I'm going through this, and it's just super helpful. Like I don't have to keep flipping back and forth between the weeks, and I just have it all at once, and I'm able to get my content planning done, which is really useful. So that's pretty much it for the numbers, just working on the last week here. And then I'll go over to the monthly calendar. I am going to bring in some of that washi over there. I did put like the last week, the straddle week, the one that ends October and begins November, into this section. I just figured with how this is the last thing that I plan for in my monthly routine, like I get my calendars and my goal setting done first, and then I do this last. And this almost always happens at the beginning of the month rather at the end of the previous month. So I just went ahead and stuck that week in there. That way I would have it all set up for when I'm ready to do my weekly content planning and not have to worry about it. Just grabbed again some of those fall Simply Gilded washis. Love those. I just put those on. I didn't really do too much with the calendar. I am going to put in the videos and just my kind of little bit of a schedule. I knew that I wanted to try and do a video every Sunday this month, and then I was just gonna try and figure out this schedule beyond that. I've been doing a couple weeks at a time rather than the whole month at a time, and just really been trying to stay on top of editing, but I am gonna try and have a video up every Sunday of this month, and then at least one other video during the week, and some weeks maybe even 2 videos. I've been trying to film these like shorter videos, these shorter how-to videos, so if you have anything that you've seen me do that you are wondering how I did and you have an idea for a topic, definitely leave it in the comments below. I did one on book stickers already, and I also did one on like how to use the jump bands for the Moxie Life Folio or for any traveler's notebook. So then dashboard wise, again, it's mostly going to be the same as the month before. This has been working really well for me, but I did make a couple of adjustments just because I wanted to move that list over to the dot grid so that I would have that to better line up like my handwriting and my dot spacing. That being said, on my video tracker for this month, those dots are probably like the wiggliest, weirdest dots that I've ever done. I'm not really sure what happened, but it's totally fine. If you don't look at it too long, it won't drive you crazy. And then I'm just putting in a bunch of videos, some that were ideas and then some that I had already filmed. I had actually already filmed a lot at this point. I had like a couple of days of really solid filming time, like right before I sat down to film this. That actually this video was like part of that filming stretch. So I wanted to just make sure I was keeping an eye on that. And again, I'm just really trying to stay on top of editing because that tends to be the bottleneck for, at least for the long form content for YouTube videos. And then this will be the tracking thing. So the way that this works is I can always see the videos that I'm working on and like whether they've been filmed, edited, uploaded, and the order that they're in. But then the tracking metrics that I track for them is hidden behind the page because I don't always want to look at that tracking data, but I do like to keep track of that. And I do that individually for the YouTube videos. And then for short form stuff and for Instagram, I tend to look at it like more as like the week as a whole rather than individual videos. Although I do note, obviously, if anything performed exceptionally well or anything like that. This green color is going to be my color for YouTube for the month. I used the red orange for Instagram and then the yellow for TikTok. Then I'm going to use the brown for like events, general stuff as well. So I just like the color coding on that just helps me distinguish between the two lines. And that it just keeps the tracker a little bit neater. I realized that I didn't put any of like the dividing lines in. I will do that later, but it's going to be off camera because I didn't realize until I went to actually track the first video in there. And then I'm just creating my short form content tracker, this is just like where I track like my metrics on social media every week. Again, I don't like follow any of this super closely, but it's nice to have it all in one place and be able to flip back over things if I want to as well. I also like to keep it covered up because again, that's not like my primary goal, and it's just, you know, I try not to focus on it too much or anything like that. I love the way the dashboard looks with like all of the different highlighter colors mixed in and with the click art pen doing the bolder line and just, I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks really pretty, especially before I start writing anything in it and then get it very chicken scratchy. This planner definitely tends to be a little bit on the messier side, which is totally fine. This is very much a functional planner, not a decorative planner, but the dashboard spread always looks so nice at the beginning. I also just wanted to say, while I'm on the subject of Laurel Denise planners, because that's what I'm planning in right here, just thank you so much to everyone who shopped using my link or my code during the launch. I was really overwhelmed by the support, so I just really thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I also love this planner. It seems like a lot of you do as well. If you have any questions about how I'm using anything in here, or if you want to see anything in here, even if it's not like content related, I will have some extra pages in this planner that I could play around with. If you've got something that you want to see, definitely let me know. I pulled in a little bit of washi at the bottom there as well. Oh, and if you are still looking to shop Laurel Denise and you want to use my code, it's mycraftyplans, and I will put it, it's always in the description below along with all of my other affiliate links and codes. So this is the short form content list that I was talking about. I love being able to see this all at once, and this is how this is like the paper version of it, and then this helps me delete things off of my phone and back things up on my computer and like keep track of that, so I'm not like losing videos, and I'm also not like just keeping things on my phone forever, which is obviously not going to work because in addition to having a ton of content on my phone, I also have a ton of pictures of my kids on my phone, so I feel like I'm constantly running out of storage. Although not as bad as before I upgraded my iPhone, but still, I still try and like manage that so I'm not just keeping things on my phone infinitely. I also did bring the key back this month. I had forgotten it the month before, but especially since I changed colors this month and I felt like I switched some of the colors around from the previous month, so I definitely needed the key because I think yellow was Instagram last month or YouTube last month. So anyway, definitely wanted that. And then I just put a little bit more of the metric tracking on that sidebar there, just since I basically swapped the metrics and the content list from how they were last month because the dot grid is really helpful for lining up like to make sure I'm writing in a straight line, and also for making sure my dots and check marks are in a straight line, which I like. And then the rest of this page is going to be pretty much the same. I just did like a big section for notes and whatever. I will have more giveaways coming towards probably this month at some point, and then also towards the end of the year I will give away a ton of stuff, because I have a pile of undated planner stuff that I've accrued from different PR packages throughout the year that I will definitely give away in December as part of Planmas. Stay tuned for that. Even though it's only October, I'm already getting ready for that. So, just that is actually one of my goals for this month. My main focus is like end of year prep and just figuring that all out, because it has to fit into our personal holiday schedule, and also, just trying to keep things timely, etc. And then I also had the Michael's class, which was actually last week at this point, and it went really well. It was super, super fun. You can catch the replay of that over on Michael's YouTube channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just went back in at the end and I filled in some other events that I knew of and other like collabs that I have using my color coding system there. That's the kind of stuff that goes on the calendar, my YouTube schedule, any like collabs, events, classes I'm taking, classes I'm teaching now, different things like that. So it's really just like a very channel focused calendar. I will sometimes put like vacation or days off from school just as things to be aware of, but for the most part I have a family monthly calendar that has like all of our events and stuff like that. This is just meant to be very channel focused. And then I did a little bit of planning for the week as well. It was kind of midweek when I was doing this, so I had already posted some stuff and I just wanted to make sure that I got that in this planner. And then I kind of planned out the rest of the week. You can see I used the top space. That's where I put like my YouTube stuff. That block down there is for Instagram. And then the block at the bottom that's separated off is where I put TikTok stuff. And then the middle is where all new notes or to-dos kind of go. And again, I just usually end up writing like across the days, because I might have to-dos for the week in here, but it might not happen on a specific day, and I'll be like, okay, well, this is the project I'm working on this weekend, and I'll just kind of write across all 3 days, especially because the columns in this are pretty narrow and I have like a little bit of larger handwriting. So yeah, that's just kind of how I've been using it. And that is really pretty much everything for this spread. Again, let me know if you have any questions or anything in the comments. Okay, so that is everything all finished up. We've got my calendar, a little bit of weekly planning, and all of that amazing dashboard space. Always my favorite. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have anything else you want to see in the Laurel Denise planner or any other planner, you can let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram and TikTok for even more planner fun. Bye!